Hey, what's going on, YouTubers? This is Show J on YouTube coming at you, and I'm going to do a quick tutorial for the people that have a Chevy HHR. Okay, and I am one of the owners of one of them too. If you're having a problem with your shifter being stuck in park, okay, there's a quick, easy fix. It's a trick where you can get around these safety mechanisms that they put on cars these days, which my opinion is completely pointless, and all it does is it just causes headaches for the consumers, meaning us. Okay, so what you need to do is take your shifter out. Okay, I've already done that. Put your shifter on the side, and let me show you what the problem is. The problem right here is this locking pin. If you squeeze your trigger on your shifter, you see this is coming out. You notice how it's getting in the way of that piece of plastic right there. That is your mechanism that moves when you put your foot on the brake. You notice how it's moving out of the way? And then when it moves, obviously, the pin comes down. You see that? And when the pin comes down, you can obviously put your car in gear. So, what I did was really simple, easy fix. And I'm telling you, if you have an HHR that's doing this, if you have a Cobalt or an Impala or a Malibu, it's all the same thing. GM did something stupid by putting these ridiculous locking pins on their shifters, and they still won't recall them. But anyway, what I did was I took a zip tie. See the zip tie right here? Take your zip tie and put it behind the mechanism. Alright? And then we're just going to zip tie it right out of the way. You see what I'm doing? It's tightening. It's moving right out of the way. Done deal. Let's try it, shall we? Oh, look at that. So this right here is out of the way, and now the pin can move freely. I probably can't do it now, but just take a knife and cut your excess off. Alright? Can't do it now, but you get the idea, right? Now, here's part 2 to the problem. If you do this, you'll be able to get your car into gear without any problems. Okay? Now watch. Now it moves. Can't go wrong. Okay? So again, if you take your shifter out, you're going to see this, and there's your locking pin. Take a zip tie, and the zip tie out of the way. You can't go wrong. And I'm telling you, it works every time. It's awesome. Now the other part of the problems, if you do something like that, okay, which is fine, it's your right, you're going to run into another problem. And hang on just 1 second. Okay, now we just did this. Now look, if you put your key in your ignition, okay, your stuff turns on, okay, here's all your gauges, and again, shifter works. That's just awesome. That's great news. Now the problem is when you bypass your safety mechanisms down here, you're going to have a problem up here now. Notice how the key is not coming all the way out. I can't turn the key all the way, as you can see. Key won't come out now. And you notice, you hear my dummy lights? You hear all that going off right now? That's because this is connected to this. Okay? If this isn't working right, then of course lovely General Motors won't allow you to get your key out, which is more stupidity. Alright? So what you do now, you get underneath your steering wheel. I'm going to take a look and see what I did. You remove this plastic out of the way. Okay, pull your plastic down. Look closely. This is your other safety pin. Boy, we have so many safety pins here, don't we? Alright, If you move that out of the way, might be able to do this with one hand. Push that back. Okay. Oh, I can't do it with one hand. If you push this back, your key comes out. Okay, you notice how I just did that? So you have to push that out of the way. I'm going to show you another trick here in a minute. Okay, again, keys on. You notice how that just moved? Okay. Push this pin out of the way. Key comes out. Alright. That's your key release right there. You have one on your HHR, I guarantee it. Alright. So now you're probably going to ask me, how do you bypass that safety pin? Well, that's pretty easy. Hang on a second. Okay. There's no way I can do this with one hand, so I had to get this started. But again, our friend, the zip tie, has come back again to save the day. Okay, take a zip tie. Do you see it? And you notice there's a zip tie right here. Chances are your car has one too. All you're going to do is simply run your zip tie underneath the existing zip tie, have it come out the other end, have it come around, put it in front of that annoying pin, and zip tie it. Okay? Now hold on a minute, I gotta put you on pause and I can get this started. Okay, now as you can see I already got the zip tie started. Now if you look, that locking pin is already back. And it stays back. All you're doing now, hang on a minute, put you on pause again. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Alright, take two to this. So again, take a look. This is the zip tie I just put on. The black one is mine. Like I said, run a zip tie underneath the existing zip tie of the whole safety lock mechanism. Have it come out this end right here. Put it over that pin that was moving, remember? And then just tighten it down. Okay, let's try it. Let's see how everything works now. Let's close the door. Okay. Okay, so our shifter is right here. Remember we bypassed that piece of plastic down there, and we bypassed this right here. Alright, so let's try it. So key in the ignition. Alright, ignition's on. In gear. Okay, back in park, and let's see how it works. Voila. Okay, you can't go wrong. Okay, every time now the key works, and this here works. If you want to see again what I did, be more than happy to show you. Again, pull the molding out from underneath your steering wheel. When you pull out your molding, you're going to see this right here. And this right here is what needs to be pushed back with a zip tie, so that way you can release your key. This is the key release mechanism. Alright, your battery will not go dead, I guarantee it. I've done this before and it starts the next day, no problem. Now, something else I gotta tell you. If you're like me and you like luxuries in a car, you have to make sacrifices if you want this to work. Alright, this is my key fob. That right here, what I'm pointing at, meaning that arrow, is the remote start. My HHR has a remote start, which is pretty cool. I don't use it that much, but because of the fact I know that I have it, you know, I like to play with it sometimes. But because of the fact we bypassed that safety mech down there and this safety mech right here, alright, remote start does not work anymore. It's just a safety thing. So if your car has a remote start, it won't work no more. So I'm just warning you now. So if you do all this and then you push your button for your remote start and you're wondering what's wrong, I'm telling you now, it's what you did. So it's not that big a deal. You know, learn to live with it unless you want to go spend, probably I'm guessing, about a good $300 at your Chevy dealership to have them put in your shifter in. It's up to you, okay? But if you want to keep it cheap, if you want to do what I just did, just cost you 2 zip ties, you really can't go wrong, okay? So I think that's about it. So I hope this was of some help to you. Okay, I really hope it was. So if you could comment on this video, that'd be great. Alright, so if you have any more questions about this, if it's not working for you, let me know. Okay? Peace out. Thank you, guys.